owners right now in how they can scale their business. As we move into quarter two, we're officially into April, looking back on Q1, some of us aren't that happy about where we're at revenue wise. So I've been getting a lot of questions business strategy wise, and that's what I want to share with you today. So if you are watching right now, please leave any business questions that you have in the comments. And if you do, if you do check the replay or you are watching the replay, please leave your business questions in the comments because I will be coming back and answering them because it's been kind of an up and down roller coaster from some business owners. But I do see business owners thriving right now. And so I wanted to talk about kind of the things that we're seeing trending for business owners and how to scale in this up and down economy, and also answer any of your questions. So if you are watching on YouTube or on Instagram, say hello and drop any questions that you have specifically about your business because I do have, like I said, quite a few questions that I want to answer here today. But I also want to answer questions specifically from those of you that are watching live or catching the replay. So I already see one question coming in here from Instagram about would you recommend TubeBuddy when using YouTube? Now, I love using YouTube as my traffic generator, and I'm going to talk about TubeBuddy here in 1 minute because I want to talk about YouTube real quick because this is a common question that I get asked a lot, and it is should you use YouTube in your business? And the other thing that it kind of marries along with is how do I get more customers or how do I get more sales in my business? And one of the biggest things a lot of business owners forget about is traffic. Generating leads to your business, getting eyeballs to your work with me page, to your courses, your digital shop, right? And YouTube is such a huge traffic generator for me because here's what happens. If you're constantly working in your business with your students and your clients, and you're not talking about your business or you're not talking about your offers, nobody's going to know it exists. And so you're not going to be getting more leads and more clients and more sales. I actually just had this conversation this morning with one of my 10K on replay clients, and she's doing YouTube and she needs to slow down a little bit with the content she's creating. And I asked her before we slow down, how are you currently generating traffic to your business? She has a membership. And I said, for you to continue to keep your membership full and for you to continue to bring in sustainable income, we need to be bringing in sustainable traffic. Now, Facebook ads is obviously a way to do that, but Facebook ads are becoming much more expensive. Um, Instagram as well. So we're going to talk about YouTube and Instagram a little bit differently. The thing with Instagram is your content expires quickly, right? It doesn't have this longevity. It's not going to really show up for anybody in the next week. Let's give it a grace period of a week, right? People also aren't going to search into Instagram for a problem that they have to see who can solve it for them. Whereas YouTube, which is why I always recommend my clients have a YouTube presence. It's because YouTube videos live a long time. And YouTube videos can show up when your audience needs you most. When your audience has a question, you can solve it. Guess what? They're going to be more interested in getting your free lead magnet, your webinar funnel, your work with me page. And so that's why I really focus on YouTube. And I'm actually going to be diving into how you can utilize YouTube and do it for just 2 hours a week. I'm going to share my plan during my conference on Wednesday. It's a totally free conference, and it is 10K Con. And if you want to get your ticket, it is trinalittle.com/10K Con. And I am going to be diving in. Again, I'm going to circle back to your TubeBuddy question. I am going to be diving in specifically to how to use YouTube so it fits in your schedule, just 2 hours a week, so that you have a traffic plan to your business. Because if you don't have a way that you are generating new leads into your business is going to dry out. You're going to dry up of leads. You're going to dry up of possible clients and possible students. And so I really recommend having a YouTube strategy. But I know y'all are busy business owners, probably, doing all the things on your own. So I am in the conference 10K Con on Wednesday going to be talking about how you can start utilizing YouTube in your business just 2 hours a week. So get your ticket at trinalittle.com/10KCon. This is a brand new session, a brand new workshop that I literally put together last week based on so many things that I've been hearing from my clients and a lot of my students. So get your ticket to hear that session. It's going to be the second session of the day. Get your ticket at trinalittle.com/10KCon. Now, when it comes to TubeBuddy, there are two different kind of like SEO tools specifically for YouTube that are out there, TubeBuddy and VidIQ. I've used both of them. Do I think you need either one of them to be successful in YouTube? No. The reason why I would use TubeBuddy or VidIQ is to kind of speed up my process in looking for specific topics that your audience would be searching for. The reason why it's so important for you to know what topics your audience is searching for is so that you're creating the right videos on YouTube that your audience is going to find and then want to take that next step with you. Whether get your free lead magnet, work with you page, whatever that next step is. And so I do teach how to use TubeBuddy, and I have been playing more with vidIQ. One thing that I've really been enjoying with vidIQ recently is a lot of their AI tools that they now have available. And I'm going to be doing more detailed training, specifically inside of 10K on Replay, my group coaching program, that I will be then sharing in Video Strategy Academy. But 10K on Replay is kind of my sandbox, my little testing ground first to make sure I get it all down before I put it in final format in Video Strategy Academy. But we've been doing some different AI things in our YouTube agency, and we've been using vidIQ as well. Now, do I think you need vidIQ or TubeBuddy to get started on YouTube? Absolutely not. There are processes that I teach that you can do this all manually. vidIQ and TubeBuddy just speed up the process and helping you find the right topics that your audience is searching for. Now, the reason why I say the right topics is because as a business owner, you aren't trying to reach the masses. And if you are trying to reach the masses, you're going to end up reaching nobody. And so nobody's going to know about your business, want to work with you, generating those leads. And so that is why it is very important to understand how to find the right topics on YouTube, because you don't want to go viral. Because if these aren't the right people, the YouTube algorithm isn't really going to understand who you are creating content for. So they won't know. So YouTube won't know who to put your videos in front of. So we have a very specific process when it comes to YouTube strategy for business owners to make sure that they're using it properly to get leads. Now, if you are just joining, I am answering any of your business questions that you have. Please leave them in the chat or in the comments, whether you are watching live or you're catching the replay, because if you're catching the replay, I will be coming back and answering them. The other question that I get is, how do I get consistent revenue? So many people that I've worked with, they come and maybe they do a launch and they make $15,000 that month. And then the next month, they don't have that launch. And so now they're down to 5,000. So they pick up a client and now they're at 7,000. But it's this emotional roller coaster of revenue, up and down, right? So the key importance here for you to be creating consistent revenue in your business is having a value ladder. Now, a value ladder allows potential clients, potential customers to try out what you have available at different price points. Listen, not everybody's going to be ready to jump into a couple $100 course with you, or maybe even you're a service provider and you have a $5,000 package. They may not be ready for that yet, but they may want to try something out. They may want to test the waters out. And so when you have a value ladder, specifically a small offer, then kind of like your signature offer, and then your high ticket offer or a higher offer, kind of like the stepping stool, it allows people to try out your offers at different levels, but then it also encourages your audience to be a repeat customer. Because if somebody jumps in at the smaller offer and they're like, whoa, this was really awesome for just a small amount of money, I want to spend some more money with her. I want to go to that next level, right? And so it allows people to test what it's like to learn from you, work with you, and then get a repeat customer, because it is much cheaper to get multiple sales from one person than to constantly generate new sales, like to get a new lead, to get a new customer. And so you want to really have a solid value ladder based on what your customer is going to want, this customer journey. This is the one thing that when I'm working with clients in 10 Count Replay that they don't have in place. And what happens is their customer, their client doesn't know what's that next step. They want to work with them and more. They want to buy from them more, but they don't know what that next step is. And so you miss out on that repeat buyer, that repeat client when you don't have this value ladder mapped out. And then the other problem that happens is your strategy isn't based around anything. So when you have a value ladder, no matter what content you create, no matter what lead magnet you put out, no matter what you're creating, your value ladder really becomes like your North Star, right? It becomes what everything revolves around, so that you're ensuring whatever you're creating gets people into this value ladder, no matter what level, so that you can create repeat customers and you can get that consistent revenue when you have that value ladder. Now, this is going to be one of the very first sessions that I am covering in 10K Con on Wednesday, this Wednesday, April 5th. So if you actually go to trinalittle.com/10K Con and get your ticket now, you will be getting access to this live session. This is actually the very first session that I'm talking about on Wednesday morning, is the importance and then how to build a value ladder no matter what type of business you are. Whether you are a digital shop owner, whether you are a service provider, whether you are a course creator, whether you're a combination, I'm going to be walking you through the process of actually implementing this into your business so you have this North Star now. You know what your content should direct to. You know how to take your customer up and down your value ladder to turn into repeat customers. All right. So definitely grab that ticket for 10K Con. It's completely virtual. I'm going to be answering individual questions. We are going to have a VIP day on Thursday as well to deep dive into specific questions around your business. So 100% grab that ticket right now. Khan says Trina's group, which he's talking about 10K on replay, is extremely helpful, knowledgeable, and supportive. Do yourself a favor and check it out. Yes, thank you so much. I'm going to be talking more about my group coaching program, 10K on replay, as well during Wednesday. But I do have these 3 major sessions that I wanted to share with you about here today as well, that are going to help you get going in your business strategy so that you are getting consistent 10K months without working so dang much. That is another problem that I see so many of my clients. They're working and working and they're doing all this stuff, but because they don't have a North Star, the content that they're creating is not really sending to a strategy. So that leads me to the other question. Again, if you have questions here on your specific business strategy or your specific business, please leave them in the comments, because I did want to answer some questions live. But if nobody's popping any live questions, I have had some come in, and I do have a lot of questions that I get about business strategy. The other one is about figuring out how this all fits in your plan, right? Because as a business owner, specifically one running the shots all themselves, I see Hope is here on YouTube under the median. I just looked at her social media plan this morning inside a 10K on replay. She's a solo business owner. She's doing this all on her own. And so she needs to make sure the time she's putting into stuff actually makes her money and she's not wasting time. And so one thing that she did in quarter 1 is figure out some basic metrics from her social media strategy to determine, is it worth her time to focus on creating content on Instagram or Facebook? Because we aren't posting content here on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, for that fact, for fun. We are using it strategically in our marketing plan to build our leads either on our email list, to build our leads either through our webinar funnel, or to build our leads into our courses or into our services. And so, one of the sessions that I'm going to be walking through again at 10K Con on Wednesday is how to make this all possible in a 90-day plan. Like, what do you need to do for quarter 2, which we are officially, 3 days into? What do you need to have in place by the end of quarter 2 to know exactly what you need to be doing to get your business to consistent 10K months and beyond? Now, why do I say 10K months? Well, that gets you to about $120,000 a year, which is just over that 6-figure mark. And that tends to be a lot of goal. That tends to be a core goal for many business owners. For those that are, working full time in their business as a side hustle, that tends to get to them to the place where they can quit their full time job and have full time in their business. Also, reaching those six figures allows you a little bit of leverage of hiring, whether it's a virtual assistant, a video editor. And so that's why kind of this metric of 10K months is what I'm talking about, because that gives you the space to know consistently what income you're going to be getting so you can look at that next level in your business. What is that next investment that you're going to make? Are you going to hire somebody so you can focus on maybe creating more content on YouTube so that you're getting more leads to your business, which is resulting into more generating more cash, right? So, those are things to really think about. And again, I'm going to be doing that 90-day planning session as well on Wednesday at the 10K Con conference. It's all virtual, so you can come in your pajamas. Totally. I'll probably be in leggings or sweatpants. You can get your ticket at trinalittle.com/10K Con. You will have access to replays to this conference for 7 days. So you will need to watch it within 7 days because the replays will be available for 7 days. But definitely, this is a totally valuable conference. It's not fluff content. It's really going to dive into steps and action items that you can take so that you can get your business to creating consistent revenue. Now, I see Coach Brandon has a question. If you're just starting out, is a YouTube podcast a good thing to start with, or is it better to start out with short social media posts and then bring long form content? I love this question because we are hearing a lot from YouTube about the YouTube podcast thing that they're doing, right? Now, I personally want to create my content so that it will live for months. Okay. I don't put my time into my YouTube videos expecting it to expire within a day or so, right? It's out there, it's generating leads. I have videos from 2019 that still generate leads to this day. So, to kind of go between YouTube or short form content, I think short form content is important in the fact that it's top of the funnel kind of traffic. But when you're just getting started out and you only have a limited amount of time to create content, I would focus on creating YouTube content. Because, like I said, this is pool content, meaning if you create the right videos that your audience is looking for, they're going to find your videos when they need you most, when they need that solution, when they need that problem solved, and you will show up. So they are pulling the content from you. Whereas social media is more push content, you're pushing it on people, and we're getting bombarded a lot with push content. And also, short form content on social media like TikTok or Instagram expires super quick. So if you want to continue to generate consistent traffic in your business, utilizing short form content, you're going to have to create content like every day or every other day for the platform to constantly push your content out to people. Whereas YouTube is kind of this slow simmer. Yes, it may take a little bit longer, but if you are a business owner, that you're managing client work, you're also setting up a funnel possibly, you're trying to create like a side of passive income with a course or a digital shop while balancing clients, you need that slow burner because let's face it, you can't be creating a TikTok or an Instagram reel every single freaking day. I have a team of 3 employees, one specifically for my YouTube agency, one specifically that focuses on customer relations, and then my marketing director. And even with having a team in place, I can't show up on Instagram reels every single day. I don't have the time for that. And so when it comes to should you focus on YouTube podcast, I'm not sure how the YouTube podcast platform is going to work out. I know tried and true YouTube strategy has been working for me for the past 7 years. It's been working for my clients as well. And so I would really focus on creating solid evergreen videos on YouTube, creating a video library on YouTube so that your audience can find you when they need you most. So I would love to know, Coach Brandon, if that answers your question. Now, if you are going to put, this is one thing that I don't recommend when it comes to YouTube, is just slapping a podcast on YouTube. Viewer behavior is different on YouTube. And while it may work, you really want to play to the algorithm's favor. And podcasting, just throwing a video on YouTube could work, but there are certain metrics that you need to be looking at. You need to be ensuring your click-through rate is there. So people who see your video actually click on it. But then the second piece is actually watching. Because again, viewer behavior on YouTube is different than podcasting because podcasting, they're usually in your ear. You're usually in their ear and they're either, cleaning, doing the dishes, driving. So they're kind of stuck listening to you a good thing. But on YouTube, it's more visual, right? It's video. And so you can't necessarily just show up and talk to a microphone. There's got to be some more visually pleasing pieces of your video to keep people watching so that they're not clicking away to another video and getting bored. And again, that's something I'm going to be talking about during my YouTube session at 10K Con on Wednesday. So again, if you haven't grabbed your ticket for that and you want to learn more about how to utilize YouTube in your business strategically so you're not wasting your time, because I'm going to show you at 10K Con how to use YouTube the right way and also how to use it by just focusing 2 hours a week on your YouTube strategy. I'm going to be sharing that at 10K Con this Wednesday. So this is the very first time that we're holding a conference. It's an all-day event. We have 4 main sessions, and then we are also hosting a VIP day on Thursday where I'm going to show you how to implement everything that I share with you on Wednesday, how to then implement it, because we're going to be talking about business models and value ladders. We're going to be talking about YouTube, and we're going to talk about planning. So how do we take all of this together and actually put it into place over Q2? And then I'm going to take all of your questions on Thursday. So any specific business model questions you have after listening to 10K Con, after letting it simmer in and kind of evaluate, what you heard at 10K Con, I'm going to be on Zoom on Thursday on our VIP day as long as you need to get every single question specific to your business and what you want to do in the next 12 months in your business answer. So Brandon says that was totally helpful. Thank you. My gut was saying the same thing. Thank you for verifying that. Yeah, no, I love a good TikTok. I love a good reel. But I think, again, and what I teach my clients in 10 Count Replay is we got to think about our business in layers. What is the core that we really need to do? We need to find a system and an offer that is going to generate money. Because guess what? As a business owner, if we don't make money, can't keep the lights on. So you got to figure out your core first. Create the systems around that core. Create the process around that core. For me, my core is my 10K on replay coaching program. And then how am I going to drive traffic to that? YouTube. That is my biggest platform. That is where I always focus. And so we start to add these layers onto our business one at a time, not all at once, because guess what? If you try to create an offer, create a course, create a webinar, set up a funnel, do YouTube, do TikTok, do Reels, you're going to burn out. I may know from experience. And so what I really want business owners to realize is we need to start with a solid foundation first, then start adding layers like a content platform that is going to your solid business model. We know your business is solid. We know we have a funnel in place. We know we have an offer. We know exactly where we're going to be sending those people from our content platform. From there, once you get that going and you're creating consistent revenue because your content is sending traffic to a really good offer and it's generating sales every single week. For example, one of our offers, our smaller ticket offer, is going video. Now, because we created an offer and different strategies within the funnel, it's a $37 ticket course. But our average cart value on that purchase is $50. So how am I getting $50 out of $37 offer? So something I teach inside a 10 Count Replay is how can we take a small ticket offer and knowing what our audience's objections are going to be, our problems they're going to have, creating additional products that they can add to the cart so that becomes very helpful to them. So we have going video as the main offer, and then we have what's called a bump, and then we have a one-time offer, and this is a solid funnel so that we know when we create content here on YouTube, and if we send people to going video, we know we're getting traffic to an offer that the average cart value is $50, right? So we can start to predict how much we're going to make each month based on the content that we create, right? So that's why it's so important to have that core, then have that content platform. Then you can start adding layers like Instagram or TikTok. Hope Under the Median, she was here. She was watching on YouTube. I just reviewed her social media strategy because she has her offers all down. She has digital products and courses. She has a solid YouTube strategy. She has YouTube strategy now. She's got her silver play button. But now she's looking at that next layer on the onion. So she was deciding Instagram or Facebook. So she took what I teach, so our social cycles, she put the social cycle process into place in this last 3 months in Q1 to determine which platform was actually more valuable for her to double down on. Was it going to be Instagram or was it going to be Facebook? And we're going to have a little discussion over that. I sent her audit this morning. And so by having your offer, having one solid platform, being able to add the next ones, you can really start to determine which platforms are worth your time, which platforms are not only going to build your audience, but build an audience that converts. Because let's say on Instagram, you have a reel that goes viral and it gains you 10,000 followers. How many sales did that make you? If it made you one sale, that is not the right audience. And we don't really want to go viral. We want to make sure we're creating the content that goes viral to the right people that want to buy. Because I'm not here in the business to be an influencer, so to speak. I'm not here for subscriber numbers, like numbers. I'm here for sales, right? I'm here to work with my clients as well. And so that's something that we want to think about. And so that's what really thinking about business as this onion, having this offer, then having a platform, then the next platform, then thinking about maybe a new offer or a smaller offer. But business, scaling your business to 10K months or beyond really takes these strategic steps. And that's what I'm going to be talking about Wednesday at 10K Con. So if you want to map out your strategic steps, make sure you grab your ticket at trinalittle.com/10K Con. So those were all kind of the main questions I had seen coming through, and I got Coach Brandon's question answered as well. Are there any other questions here before I wrap this up? Because we're already at about 25 minutes, and I know how people love replays and don't really watch them for very long. And we're already at 25 minutes. So I wanted to check one last time, kind of last call for questions for your specific business, kind of what you're struggling in your business. I'll give you a few seconds here that you can drop that in. I'm also at 10K Con going to be talking, we're going to have a panel of clients that are going to be sharing with you what is actually working in their business right now to get them to 10K months. So you heard me mention Hope. Hope is going to be on the panel on Wednesday as well at 10K Con. I'm also going to have Allison on the panel as well. She recently just sold out her course without even opening her course to the public. She has grown her email list to a specific audience with her YouTube channel. And with that audience on her email list, she sold out all her course seats without even talking to it in the public. She utilized her email list that she built from YouTube videos to sell out her course just last month. So I don't want you to think that, online business is dead. We're going to be talking to clients and online business owners on a panel at 10K Con who are doing it now. And you can ask them what is and isn't working best for them right now as we move into quarter two of 2023. Okay. Now, if you have any personal questions that you want to send to me, Brandon got one in last minute. Which is first, a lead magnet funnel or concentrate on a YouTube video library? Oh, that's a good one, Brandon. So I would personally get some type of lead magnet up. We can always change a lead magnet. We can always update a lead magnet, but we want to start growing our audience on our email list. So, actually, inside of 10K on replay, you get access to, I forget how many lead magnet templates, over 20 lead magnet templates from Funnel Gorgeous that you can literally use and change out the text for your specific audience. So it makes lead magnet generation super quick. You get free access to that inside of my coaching program, 10K on replay. But I would get a lead magnet out so that you could then start sending people from your YouTube video to your lead magnet. I wouldn't spend a lot of time on this lead magnet either. I would get it out within a few days, maybe a week or two, so that you are getting your audience on YouTube on your email list, because that's your sweet spot. You own your email list. We don't own YouTube. We don't own our Instagram. We don't own our TikTok. And people are more likely to check their emails than say their YouTube subscriptions or their Instagram people. And sometimes depending on the algorithm, they'll be notified of your new video or not. So definitely I would do a lead magnet. And then I would focus on building a strong YouTube library that's constantly generating leads to that lead magnet. Great question, Brandon. Okay, happy, healthy pantry. How can we recycle content like every 90 days, or does it always need to be new? So for YouTube, I would recommend new content. Now, it doesn't need to be completely new, but you can build on what's working in your YouTube content strategy, right? If you have a specific topic on YouTube that's performing really well, so like for me, my content social media, how to create a social media calendar does really well. So instead of creating another thing on how to create a social media calendar, what is a different angle? What is a different approach? How can I talk about building a social media calendar in a different way? Because I know that topic my audience is interested in, but what else can I talk about? So that's how I would recycle content. Another way to recycle content that we've played around with in the past is so when I create videos, I create an episodic um, I create episodic content basically, or series content. So when I have a video, there is usually 4 to 5 videos that are part of that series that make sense, that they all fit together, that the lead magnet all makes sense to that 4 to 5 videos. And so one thing that we've done in the past is we've taken those series of videos that we generally put into a playlist. Then we edit all of these videos together in like a compilation video. So we may do that once a month. We haven't recently, but last year we did that a few times in the summer so that I could take a few weeks off of YouTube, but still creating content. We took multiple videos that made sense to watch in sequential order and just edited them together. So that's one way to recycle content. As far as recycling YouTube content on other platforms, I would use, the main concepts you're talking about on YouTube. You could talk about it on a reel. You could talk about it in stories. You could create a post on it. Those are different ways that you could recreate it, but videos need to be new on YouTube unless you're doing kind of that compilation video. So, does that help? Happy, healthy pantry. All right. Now we're over 30 minutes. So hopefully people are watching this. Again, please feel free to send me any of your like personal business questions that you have. Maybe you didn't want to answer here. Maybe you didn't want to ask here. My DMs are always open. So please don't hesitate to DM me your questions. Also, please don't forget to get your ticket to 10K Con. Trust me, this isn't like any other, fluffy, lame ass workshop or stuff you've been to. I created these slides over the last week and it is meaty. I think we have over, I would say 400 slides with action steps in them. So they aren't just like boring ass slides, right? They are actionable. You're going to take screenshots, you're going to take notes on these. And it's a full day event. We're kicking off Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to go through till about 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will have a break for lunch. We will have a break in between the sessions, but there are 4 main sessions. And then Thursday, there is a VIP day where we're really going to dive into how do we implement everything that we learned during the conference, because conferences can be so overwhelming that I want to make sure that you have a solid plan on how to implement everything by the end of the 10K Con conference. So trinalittle.com/10K Con. If you're watching on Instagram, it is the link in my bio. So pop on over there, grab it. This is happening in just 2 days. I spent over 9 hours this weekend really working on the final session, and it is good. It is so good, and I can't wait to share it with you. I hope I see you there. Again, questions, hit me up in my DMs, leave me a message here on Instagram or on YouTube, and I hope that I will see you on Wednesday. Now I have to figure out where I end all of these live streams at the same time. So thank you.